What has my hey been up to?
Well, they're on winter break still. I don't know why these schools are out for 3 weeks at Christmas at the winter break. But we're running out of things to do. So today was clean your room day.
Mm.
And it became serious because then I noticed that they had just been shoving everything under their bed. So I'm having them clean their room and just hearing them like down the hall bickering. And they were looking for the dustpan for the broom. And Harper goes, "It's on your bed." And he goes, "You must think I'm dumb. I'm not that dumb. That wasn't just there." It's like she had thrown it behind him after she found it, trying to blame him for not for leaving it on his bed. She was like, "I'm not that dumb."
Oh,
So, but
Harper
they're
just,
having a good time.
oh, I love that. Oh,
Big sister, little brother thing.
naturally. Hey guys, welcome back to the Dark Collective podcast. I'm your host, Miss Red, and we have the ever so gorgeous, so blonde Miss Allison is here.
Toss, toss.
Toss. I
Hi.
love when you do that. I don't know why, but I just am obsessed when you go toss toss. I
Toss,
don't know.
toss.
I love it. We are so excited because this is the season finale of Shadows and Seduction season 3. Woo!
Woo woo.
And we're ending it with the one author that I awkwardly fangirl with every time. LJ Andrews is here.
LJ Andrews.
We're really excited to have her solely because I talk about this in the episode because we've already recorded our interview with her. But the funny thing was, is when Sinners first started, I'd only read a few books. So when Jen was like, "Who are the authors that you would want to see at an event like this?" I literally was like, "Well, there's like two." And like one of them, I had no idea was like such a giant author. Like I was like, "Yeah, no, that's never gonna happen." But then I was like, LJ Andrews, and then Jen literally reached out to LJ Andrews, invited her to Sinners. She said yes, and then I had a awkward fangirl panic attack, I guess you could call it.
I mean, that's okay. It happens.
No, I know. It was interesting, but from I think right now, I don't even know what date it is. It's the 5th of January when we are recording this. But as of right now, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 weeks till Shadows and Seduction.
9.
9.
That's insane. Insane.
It's
It's like barreling down on us.
mhm. And I feel like this year just started, but I still feel like I'm stuck in 2025 because what
Right.
happened to me on New Year's Day? Well, here in sunny San Diego, we had one of the worst storms we've ever had in a 24-hour period. And I woke up to water leaking through my ceiling through a light fixture. That was super fun. So tell this,
Sometimes.
I tell this to my friend, and she says, "Well, the year of the snake doesn't end until the end of January. So your new year starts on February 1st."
Yep. The snake was rough for a lot of people last year. A
Oh,
lot of people.
it just wanted to strangle me. Like, that's how I look at it. Like, for those of you that are not in the hair industry or understand the hair industry, this was one of the weirdest holiday seasons ever. Like, we were busy, but it wasn't like pull my hair out busy. Like, it wasn't 13, 14-hour days back to back. Like, yeah, sure, we had long days, but I don't know if anyone else in their industries like felt like this holiday season was just different.
Yeah. I feel like it it's a sign of the times, honestly. Everything's just a little off kilter.
Yeah, I saw something on TikTok, and I wish something like this made. So you know how like Spotify does their like Spotify Wrapped?
Yeah.
There is a viral sound going around right now on TikTok, and it's this girl who imitates it as here is your book wrap up of 2025. You listen to 946 smut scenes. Like your favorite word is good girl. Like it was the funniest thing. And I was like, I wish that was a real thing. Like I wish
Yeah.
if Audible did that because I'm an audio.
Audible or even Goodreads. Goodreads should
Yeah.
do a wrap.
Right? Like, cause I rate
That'd be
every book I
awesome.
listen to. I always try to. It's
Yeah.
easier on the Kindle than it is on Audible because I'm in my car and I'm just like driving and the book ends and I'm like, no, like, damn it.
Yeah.
But you guys, we're very excited for you to listen to LJ. She is a sweetheart and I love the way her brain works. And I think we only had one edit in this episode. It was just so easy.
The edit was me though.
You guys, it was the perfect moment. You're not going to hear it, obviously, because I'm going to edit it out. But we were like mid conversation and I took a breath and Allison was like, I gotta sneeze. Achoo. Like it was so perfectly timed. Like she held it in so good.
Let's see if they can catch it though, and they can leave a comment on the video if they catch it, because I'm pretty sure my eyes bug out of my head while she's talking. Because I'm like holding it, and the burn was just so strong. So
Oh,
if they catch it and they can put the time in the comments, they get an extra gold star.
yes, you do. Come find me at Shadows and I'll give you something. I'll have
Hmm.
something I can give you.
Yeah.
Um, because you can literally see Alice's eyes just start to like, you know that thing where you sneeze that like one eye starts to close and the other eye starts to twitch? That's what's happening.
Yeah, like the broken doll where it's like,
Yeah.
that's me.
All right, you guys. So we're gonna go ahead and jump in on the episode. So please enjoy Miss LJ Andrews. All right, you guys. Please welcome the so magnanimous LJ Andrews is here. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Well, people who know me know I'm obsessed with LJ Andrews. I am not going to awkwardly fangirl on this episode. We're going to be normal. So, yeah, there's to that. But, my dear, how do we find you on socials?
Well, I am on Instagram, of course, and I spice it up. So I have to remember my TikTok and Instagram are opposites. I think it's LJ Andrews author on TikTok and then author LJ Andrews on Instagram. So just to keep it spicy, I guess.
We love a
Keep them
And
good
then I
guessing.
have
punctuated.
a Wicked Darlings group on Facebook if you want to join there.
Ooh, Wicked Darlings. I like that.
Yeah.
I know.
I love all the authors like groups on Facebook, and it's how they like name their fans or readers.
Yeah.
They kill me. I love it.
Mm. I literally was thinking about that. I'm like, if I ever had a group of fans, what would I call them? You know, because even hairdressers have their like
Yeah.
fandom. They have a name, you know? And I was like, I'd make it real simple. It would just be the red alerts. It's a red
Yeah.
alert.
A red alert. Like the red lights, the red light
The red
district.
lights.
Ooh, that'd be even better. Hmm.
Oh my gosh. And then you get into like their meeting places, the district. So they're
Yeah,
the red
the
light district.
district.
That's perfect.
Now you have to. It has to
I
be
know.
done.
God, I wish I
Yeah.
was good at DIY. I would like make a shirt that said that, but
Yeah.
you know, that's fine.
We know some people though, Red. Come on.
Right, we do. Jesus.
The rest of the Dark Collective is already like, oh, let's copy. Let's do
They're
this.
already on.
They're
They're already
already
on
on
it.
it.
All right, well, we're
Good
gonna go ahead and start
gravy.
it. Allison, go ahead and start us off.
All right. Well, LJ, please tell us what genres you write.
So I do fantasy romance and the darker side. It's not the darkest out there, but it's definitely darker side. I live for morally gray, all that fun stuff. So that's what I write in and I love it. I usually lean heavily on the like Viking inspired worlds. We're Swedish, so kind of comes
Yes.
like I grew up hearing Norse mythology, so it kind of just came out.
I remember when I very first watched the TV show The Vikings, and I was
Oh,
like, war braids. I like men with war braids. And then all
yeah.
of a sudden, all these books I start reading as his war braids, and I'm like, oh, I know exactly
Yeah.
what that looks like.
Yes. So I love it. I love things based on mythology. Lots of different books are out there, but I love it. It's just so fun.
I I think that, you know, it's a very specific genre. Also, I love that
Yeah.
you said the Norse mythology because I did not know that what that was a year ago. Not even gonna lie to you. I was like, North? Do you mean North? Not
Yeah.
Norse? Like they're like
Norse.
red. Come on. And I'm like,
Oh,
well, you know,
wow.
I'm trying here. Okay.
Yeah.
Trying real
Oh, I
hard.
love it. Like I don't know if you guys remember in school, whenever it was like world history or, like ancient civilizations, I was the nerdiest, like I want to know everything. So
Me
I love
too.
mythology.
Huge nerd here. Huge
Yeah.
nerd.
I'm telling you, I literally look at Allison every day and I've given her this nickname. I gave it to her like within the first couple weeks of knowing her. I call her the Mary Poppins of bag and mind because she wants to know everything about everything. And so I know if I have a question that is the most off kilter, unhinged, random, she'll know the answer. She'll
You got
literally
it.
know it. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
You're like
How?
the fact girl. You're just like, I let me pull that out.
I am so much so that I did a trivia show and I won $10,000.
Are you for real?
And the host of the show was like, "How do you know so much?" And I was like, "I read a lot. I read a
I'm
lot."
gonna take you like on a cruise when they do like the trivia nights and stuff.
Dude.
Oh,
Mm. Oh my God,
yeah,
we should do that, Sinners. We should find a trivia night, like
Yeah,
at some point.
good
Like we need to
trivia.
yes,
go. That,
yeah,
oh, that could totally
Go
be an
head to head
event
with
at
Allison.
Sinners. Yes, if you beat Allison, you get a
Yeah,
ticket.
you get something.
there you go. That would be funny.
That'd be
Well, and
really funny.
my obsession with it actually started, which is hilarious because we were just there. When I was in 6th grade, we went to Hawaii for a family vacation, and we went to a Bubba Gump shrimp company.
Oh yeah.
They used to do, like they still do them every once in a while with the waiter where they'll do a trivia, like, thing with you. I won the trivia contest at the restaurant in Hawaii and got my meal comped
It's 6th
for
grade?
knowing Forrest Gump trivia. I was in 6th grade. What was I doing knowing that movie backwards and forwards?
Don't worry. I watched that and my mom I was not allowed to watch PG-13 movies for like a long time. And I
Yeah,
watched Forrest Gump when I was in 1st grade.
yeah.
I was so furious.
And I at
Oh,
least once a day go, "Jenna."
Yeah.
It's usually or to my
Lieutenant
husband, I
Dan.
call him Lieutenant Dan.
Yeah.
that fits though. If you met her husband, you'd be like, that fits.
That
Like,
worked.
Well, he's grumpy like Lieutenant Dan, but he looks like a Viking.
her husband is 6'7".
What?
Yeah, and
I
then he's
know.
got, like, the long beard that we're braided he's trying to get me to braid it now for him, and I'm like, "I gotta
Yep.
brush up on my braiding skills."
He's a
Oh, I
warrior.
got you.
Yeah,
He's a fantasy warrior.
yeah, but he also has had his knees, like, worked on. He's torn ACLs and meniscus in both of his
Oh,
knees, so I was
really?
just, "Lieutenant Dan, you got new legs." He hates me.
Love
Well,
it.
speaking of fantasy beards, I freaking love that.
Oh, yes.
What was your favorite part of building the fantasy world and building all these future worlds that you're planning on doing?
Building the worlds?
Yeah.
Oh, it's world building's one of my favorite parts of writing. It's obviously where I start. Like you'd be surprised who doesn't start with their world, but like that's where I have to start. I go very immersive. I'm very sensory. So it's kind of become a joke that I start with the smell. Like I have to know what it's smelling like around me. So I have a lot of overwhelming. You walk into my little cottage that I work in out here and it's just candles and everything. And so people are like, whoa, too much. But I love to build from the ground up literally. So like first it's just the smell, what it feels like when you walk in there, and then like the setting, and it's always misty and dark, of course. And so then like shapes start filling in of the people and all that stuff. And so it feels like I kind of walk in my worlds for a bit and before the story even like I kind of get to know it. So it's almost like I'm a side character for a second. So I love that part of it.
Well,
I
I
love that.
in Curse of Shadows and Thorns, it's the Kingdom series. I don't remember which book. I swear it's in the first one, but I can't remember if it's in like the fourth. But there's a scene in a barn, and I remember it so vividly because the way you built the world of the time of day, the just like the wood creaking, the color of the wood, the color of the
Yeah.
grass, the amount of dew. I was like, I know exactly where I am right now. I know,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like it's so incredibly detail oriented. And I think that's one of the main reasons why I look for books like that because it takes me out of my world and puts
Yeah.
me in such a descriptive world that I'm just
Mhm.
like, I'm living in a dewy mansion made of stone in the 1600s
Yeah.
with a Viking man with war braids. Like,
Oh, yeah.
that's just how my brain works.
Well, you
No,
need
it's
that
mine too. It's mine
you need to
too.
know that atmosphere, right?
Mhm.
Like you said, starting with the smell, you wanna be able to, like, almost imagine the taste of, like, the
Yeah,
air
exactly.
and all
Like
of that, and because it really does just pull you in so
I
much
think
deeper
that I
into a
like that
story.
as a reader too. Like I think I'm
Mhm.
very atmospheric. Cause hell, that's why I read. I want to
Yeah.
leave this place. I want to go
Right?
somewhere else. Even like contemporary books. I love it when I'm just like, I'm not even here. I live in a billionaire's mafia's mansion right now. And that is where I
That
am.
smells like leather, cigars, and
Yeah.
cognac.
Is that weird though? Speaking of scents, that I went to Bath and Body Works. I haven't been there in years, and I happened to walk in there, and they had a candle that was tobacco
Mhm.
wintergreen or something with like
Mhm.
spices, and I smelled it, and I was so confused. I'm like, I I vape and tobacco does not smell like this. I
Oh,
used to
this
chew
isn't it.
tobacco back in the day. Tobacco does not smell like this. But it's the mixture of leather and tobacco that I'm like, why do I want to drench my whole body in this? And it's
Yeah.
because I read these books and these women are like, I'm never going to forget what pine smells like. I'm going to smell leather differently now. And I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
It's
it.
true. Well, I like literally, I am very olfactory. And so I remember like smelling oils, like,
Mhm.
you know, like
Yes.
essential oils and stuff. I was like, what does it smell like? And it does always comes back to woodsy and leathery scents. And I'm like, that's why every book they always smell like wood and the mist and
Yeah.
and
Pines
leather.
and citrus.
Yes,
There was a
I'm like,
TikTok
it's
I
such,
just
I know
saw.
they're cliche scents, but I was like,
Yeah.
I am attracted to those scents. So,
Yeah. There was a TikTok I just saw that was like every man in any fantasy book. I haven't showered in 20 years, but I smell like
I think I
citrus
saw
in
the
the
same
woods.
true. It's
It was
you
like
know what
so
though?
true.
I add baths in my books because I've been watching readers and they're
Yeah.
like, when
Yeah.
they do it, like when they're having sex and stuff, like they just fought a battle. Ew.
Yep.
So I'm always
Like
like,
they're
clean up
covered in
first. Give it a good scrub.
But then you
right.
get the authors, because I just read a book, and there was this one scene where they came off a hardcore battle. Bunch of people died, and they're getting in their thing, and he goes to take off what was the word? It was like, he untied my pants, and she goes, I really could use this. Don't you say that. I don't want to taste soap. I want to taste the essence of you. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh,
Ugh.
Do they know?
You're like, but it could taste so much fresher.
yeah. I love where this is going.
I
Yeah.
know. So just know that every time one of my characters bathes, they're gonna probably do it.
They're about,
Nice.
that should be a tagline on your table. If
Right.
I write the word bath, they're going to do it.
They're
They're
gonna
gonna
get
do it.
on heavy
And then
pretty
now
soon.
everyone will have a Pavlovian response to like reading, and it's like, oh, they're taking a shower. Ooh,
What's happening?
just saliva. They're like, yes. So besides writing these like super wonderful, rich atmospheres, is there a character you've written that you're surprised with how much your readers have loved them? That just caught
Yeah,
you off guard?
a few. Okay, so I've got a few series now.
Just a
In the
few.
yeah,
Bit.
just a few. Like someone was like, "I need a map. Will you please give me a map of what your worlds are?" I'm like, "I'm sorry." um, okay, so Broken Kingdoms. I'm really surprised how many people like Stieg. He's a warrior who's probably looks like your husband.
I literally, like, he
Yeah.
is. No, Allison, read that series.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's shown it in book 2, and he goes all the way to the end, and he's in the Everseas, and he plays a big role for the Everking. Um, and so I think I don't know if that's why, because people met him who started the Everseas first, and then they're like, "Who's this guy?" And then they read him like in the Broken Kingdoms. And he's just a side character, but it's gotten to the point where it's almost been a riot, and I have promised that I will write Stieg's romance, like eventually, like
You
we
will?
will get. Yeah, like, it won't be till, like, 2029 or
No,
something,
you're
but
good. You're good.
I'm like, "I will write it, okay, I get it. You want him to fall in love,
Give
okay."
us Steve. Give us Steve.
Yeah, so he was
His character, it
one.
would surprise me because I remember him getting introduced in book 2, and I was like, this motherfucker, you know?
Yeah.
And then he ends up being like, he's not, I can't even call him like a sidekick. He's just his own entity. And he made me giggle a few
Yeah,
times where I'm just like,
and he's, like, the
maybe not the
bestie
best
of the
decision.
Fae,
Maybe not the
like,
best decision.
"I got you," but yeah, and then, like, so then I think that's why it's because he had an emotional connection to Eric Bloodsinger, who's the Everking, and
Mhm.
people love him, so they're just like, my Steegie," and so and then the Everseas, I think I was surprised. I don't know if I was surprised. I think I was. Sewell, he's a pirate who's just he has aphasia, so he speaks kind of in riddles a little bit, and people love him, and he's to the point where I'm like, I will not kill Sewell ever. I won't touch him. They're like, I will hate you if you murder. And so I'm like, okay, Sewell's safe. He's marked safe. Like,
She's like, I'm not pulling a Shonda Rhimes. We're good. I'm
yeah,
not going to kill off your
like
No,
favorite.
no.
someone literally like sent me. They're like, you hurt him, and I was like, if you would have killed him, I would have written you off. And I was like, got it.
Got it.
Yes.
No
So,
taken.
yeah.
So you talk about your cute little cottage where you do your work. Do you
Mhm.
write with snacks? And if so, what snack has absolutely ruined a scene? where you're eating something and you're just like, ah, I can't.
Okay, I read that question and I was like, I actually have a thing because
Yes.
I have gotten obsessed with hummus. Okay, like I love
I love
hummus,
hummus.
and so I'm always out with either like veggie sticks, trying to be good, and like eating my hummus, but it doesn't like smell good, right? So
Garlicky.
I was in the middle of writing like a sex scene and like I hiccuped and I could smell hummus and I was like, oh my gosh, what if it smelled like, because I'm olfactory. And I was
Just
like,
took you right out.
oh, this is so awful. Like, have they brushed their teeth? Like, have they done it got me out of the mood.
Oh
no.
Hummus. It's still good though. I still love
Be
was
it.
placed
happy
on the
though.
timeout.
This was a reader's question. We did not
Yeah.
come up with this. The readers came up with it. And when I read it, I had to figure out what it meant. I was like, wait, what is she? And then I was like, oh, it's like eating ice cream, but like from a different book, they used ice cream for something else. Like it like clicked. And I was like, oh, I'm using that question. That's a great one.
Mine just was like literally, food is never ruined for me, trust me. But like that, I was just like, oh, I'm not even in the mood to write now because I'm like, ew, it smells like garlic.
Yeah. I mean, we all can admit, we can fairly admit as women that if we are in the mood and then a smell comes in, we're like, nope, I'm out.
Nope.
Get
Nope.
off
I'm
me.
done.
Tap it
I'm
out.
done. I
Go
don't
clean
care.
up.
You pitch a tent in the bathroom. I don't care. I'm done. Like, I'm
Right.
over it.
Yeah.
You're like, it's a Sahara down there now. It's a Sahara. Just instant dry. No.
Yep.
No.
So good.
I still eat hummus though.
That's good.
Tis
You know,
delicious.
I don't usually like hummus. I've tried a few that are okay, but like I love dips. So it's weird
Yeah.
that I don't like certain hummuses, but I love like Allison got me hooked on this one dip. It only comes out at Christmas time, and it is a cranberry jalapeno dip, and it is
Ooh,
the
I've
most
heard of cranberry
it's at
dips.
Target of all places during Christmas.
It's
And you
so
love it?
good.
Mm.
We love
Like
a
that
dip.
sweet and spicy, like bitter almost, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
delicious.
Yeah. All right. So this question I love too, because I always like finding out how authors' minds work. So what was the most chaotic decision you've made in the name of the plot?
There's been a few. So there's been a few. Okay. So Broken Souls and Bones is my newest series. That one has plot twists galore, and there was something that came up at the very end. I can't even talk about it. I'm going to talk about my other ones too because I got more. But that one, I've almost been like, I bet you guys can't figure out the whole thing because there was this whole big plot twist that changed basically everything. There's like 3 plot twists in that book. And so everyone's like, I figured out the first one, and then I'm like, well, bam, there's the other one, and oh, there's another one, and so everyone's just like, what? And so that one, I was talking, that was my first traditionally published book, and so I was back and forth with my editor, and I was like, this is happening. I know it wasn't in the pitch, but like, it's going. We're doing this. And she was like, what? So anyway, that was one that was super chaotic, like the last minute, right before it went to like proofreading, and I was like, no, we got to change something. And then, what was it? Oh, The Broken Kingdoms. So it's 9 books, right? And it is a bunch of different characters, different couples. But I just talked about this with my group that the last couple, which is like, that's where the Everseas is really introduced and stuff. And so it's a big book. It's like the epic battle, the finale. And the couple that is there, I could not write their book very well. So like I was like working on book 8 and I'm like, something's not right. And literally the main female character's dad in the series was her love interest, like originally. And then it switched and it became like her dad. And then this new love interest just appeared in my head. And so I was like, I had to revamp everything and I had to mourn a character because spoiler, her dad's not alive. And so I'm like, this guy was supposed to be the love interest and I loved him and I had this thought in my head and then I kill him and no one even meets him. And so I was like mourning this character that no one even knew. He's just like talked about. He's like, that's my dad. And like I even have character art of them before I switched it. And like I'm like, then he became like the dad character. It was so weird. And it just completely just
But
So that
it's
was
It's
so
fun.
huge.
I'm following along because I know the characters. I want Allison to read the series so bad.
Yeah.
But I that doesn't surprise me because of how they all look in the beginning and who they are in the beginning and then who they turn out to be. So that I
Yes.
am not shocked about. And that's not giving anything away. But that plot twist, which is like the whole basis of the book,
Yeah.
that shocked the shit out of me. I was like, wait. That's not a mask? I'm so confused. So
Yeah.
no, it tracks, LJ. It
Yeah.
tracks.
So that was wild. There's someone in my group who's reading book 1, right? Well, she just finished book 1, and her theories were hilarious. It was like the whole group was invested. They're just like, "You're so off, but we love it. Like, keep doing it. Keep
I feel
bringing."
like that's almost fan fiction nowadays,
Yeah.
is when you get a huge series like yours and everyone in your group has read it, but then you get a newbie who is like, well, what if this happened? And they're like, I like this fan fiction right now.
It
Yeah.
was the best, yeah, and, like, it was like, she had so many people invested, it was the best. They're just like, Keep updating us, like, as you go." So
Oh, well, speaking of the Broken Kingdoms, so uh, that with the Ever series. So when I found out that you were going to do the Ever series, I was really excited just because I was so invested in the Broken Kingdoms. But did you do this for the fans, or did you already know you wanted to do this as a part of it?
Yeah, I already knew. So, as you know, in the Broken Kingdoms, Eric Bloodsinger is seen in book 6, like he's a little
Hmm.
boy. And so I have this post, it's from like 2022 or something in my group. And I'm like, I just have this idea for a guy named Eric because the Broken Kingdoms very loosely based on like a slight retelling as you go along, like the fairy tale. So I was like, oh,
Hmm.
Little Mermaid, I should add that. And it will be a spin-off series. And I like posted this picture and I was like, his name's Eric. I don't know much about him. He lives in the in the water. And at first I was gonna have him show up in book 6 just like as a character that
Hmm.
maybe intrigues people, and he was gonna be an adult and just be like, oh, then now here's my spinoff. We're gonna follow it. But then I was like, oh my gosh, am I gonna do a second gen series where it's like the kids of the Broken Kingdoms go to the Everseas? And obviously that's where it turned out to be. And so Eric showed up as a little boy in book 6. So yeah, it was for me very selfish. I was like, I'm not ready to leave the
Right.
Broken Kingdoms ever. And so yeah, the Everseas was my way of staying in the world a little bit.
I,
And
I,
I
I,
loved it. I liked the second gen because it really has brought a lot of people have gone to the Everseas and then they've gone back and they're like, oh, I didn't know the parents had a story. So it's been fun. So
So what's interesting though is that I always love hearing that from authors though, because I always ask them like, what's your favorite series? That's another question that we've asked in the podcast.
Mhm.
And they're like, the hardest thing ever is when you have to actually close the chapter in a series. Let it
Mhm.
be the series that you love the most as an author, or that's your viral series. That's what helped you become
Mhm.
a traditionally published author or whatever it may be. And it's like you can tinker with it your entire career, but at some point you do have to close the chapter. But she goes, but the fun part is about being an author is I could take one character who is a side 5-minute character and make a whole new series about it, and it'll satisfy the masses.
Yeah, that's seriously like I've loved it so much, and that's the Broken Kingdoms is such a huge cast. Like already in 2029, when like the tradition, like when the Everseas, that's like the last Everseas is gonna be out, well
Mhm.
2028, and then anyway, and so I was like, Stieg, and I've got all these other characters that they just want like stories, so I'm like, I can live in here for a while.
You're just
So,
like, this will be my home. I'm here.
yeah,
You're like, I'm good here.
yeah.
Well, with mentioning that, like, continuing on the Broken Kingdom series with the Eversea series, we just wanted to touch on, have you ever written a scene besides a whole series with the Ever series because you didn't want to leave that world? Have you ever written a scene that was just for yourself and really hoped that your readers would notice it or wouldn't notice that you wrote it just for yourself?
Yeah, it's in the Ever Queen. And so it has Livia's dad who's in the Broken Kingdoms. He's like the
Mhm.
first male main character in the first
Oh,
3.
he's so hot. He's
He's
so
Valen.
hot.
That's like where he's
Mm,
daddy.
he is
He's
very
like
much
dad in the
daddy.
Everseas,
Yeah.
but daddy in the Broken Kingdoms. Anyway, and I really wanted this cute moment because they do not love each other. Because
Mhm.
Eric kidnapped his daughter. He's not happy with it about it.
Right.
And that was what people said. They're like, her parents are good. I'm like, well, obviously. They're Valen and Elise. Anyway, because they don't know that they have a story. Anyway, so it's
Mhm.
really funny that they're like, it's weird that fantasy woman has good parents. It's because they're usually pretty crappy.
Right.
Anyway, and so I wanted to have this moment where Eric and Valen like actually talk. And so I wrote this scene where he's reluctantly giving like Eric king advice. And he's just like, look, if you're gonna do this, like this is how you do it. He's just like, I've killed people too. I'm not great, but like if you're gonna do it, you gotta do it this way. Like he had like this like almost fatherly chat because Eric doesn't have that support or whatever. And so I'm like, I just need this to happen. People liked it. They're like, oh, I love Alan. So that
Well,
was one where he's like reluctantly being like, I hate you, but come here, I'll tell you how to be a king. So
Aw.
yeah.
but I think that's great though, just because you said it perfectly. Because it made me think. I was like, wait, every fantasy book I think I've ever read is pretty much a crappy parent
Yep.
situation, or there's like an overlord
Yeah.
situation, or their parent is literally the devil,
Or
like,
dead.
or
Yeah.
dead. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Or dead. Yeah. Lots of dead.
Lots of dead.
Well, it was hard because I was like, okay, how do I give Livia, like, in the Everseas, like, some issues to deal with as a character arc, because she grew up in a very loving family. So
Yeah.
it was it was different.
No, yeah, for sure. So the cool thing is this series, the Broken Kingdom series, and I talked about that. I talked about this actually with LJ and Allison before we started recording. This was actually my second gateway drug into reading again. Like reading
Yeah.
ever. I mean, I read in school, but I never like read for fun. I guess you could say that. But the biggest thing what I loved about this series is I read the synopsis it was probably Kindle Unlimited.
Mhm.
And it literally said the north, the south, the east, the west. And then it gives this whole synopsis. And I was like, well, this sounds cool. I can go with this because I was also rewatching Game of Thrones at the time.
Oh,
So
Oh
yeah.
that
yeah.
so to me it correlated. So I was like,
Yeah.
okay. And I think I read the first book in 2 days. Like I just like burned through it. It was so good. And I was so excited to like see the books in person for the first time when you
Mhm.
came to Sinners year one.
Yes.
So you guys, this is a huge deal for us because she's coming to Shadows and Seduction.
I'm
We are
so excited.
unbelievably amped. But my dear, what are you most excited for Shadows and Seduction?
Well, so as you know, I told you too, Sinners was my very first signing event.
Yeah.
Because everyone would ask me, and I was
Yeah.
like so oblivious. I'm like, oh, how do you go to signings? And you guys reached out, and so, it was amazing. It set
Oh,
the bar like up here. Truly, it was so organized. We had no idea what we were doing. We brought way too many books, and you guys were the best. Like you were always right there. You took care of everyone. It was amazing. So you literally set the bar like up here.
aw, thanks.
And but to go to NOLA, like, oh, it's such a cool city. Like I'm so excited. So I'm mostly excited to be around the community there.
Mhm.
Um, everyone was so kind. All the authors, the readers were so wonderful at Sinners. So I'm just so excited to have that come back. And the fact that it's in one of the coolest cities, I think, in the United States, it's just such a fascinating city and stuff like that.
Oh
So
yeah.
I think it's gonna be awesome. All my sisters are coming again. We've been
Yes.
picking up a bit, but it's gonna be everyone. We're actually doing Phantom of the Opera while we're there because it's in town,
Oh my god,
Stop
that's
and we
so
got
it.
tickets.
cool.
So we're going to Phantom. So I'm pretty
Oh,
excited for that. But it's
Dude,
just gonna be you run such a wonderful event. So
thank
I'm
you.
so excited. I felt
it's all a
very
vibe, right?
looked
Like
after.
it's just a vibe.
It is a vibe, and it's
It's a
my
vibe.
mom's gonna be there for a bit too, and she's super,
Ooh.
like, not,
Wait,
how
you
do I
talked about your mom in the when you did this episode the first time. I
yeah,
remember this.
she came to one already this last year. I went to Villains and Vixens, and she came that was her first event, and I was like, "So you're coming to Shadows and Seduction, and it's dark romance, okay? So, like, remember that." And because she's, like, very from a little town and stuff like that, so she's like, "I can handle it." I'm like,
I
"Okay."
can't wait to meet your mother. Oh,
Yeah,
I'm just gonna be
she's
like, "Can I hug
funny.
you, please?
She has a pin that
You
says
made a
Mama
favorite author."
LJ. Yeah, so she's adorable. She'll tell everyone, like, my birth story, so just get ready for
Oh, I
it.
love it.
Oh, that's
Well, I mean,
the best.
the thing is it's funny because I forgot when we first started Sinners, we got together as a group and we all named 10 authors that we would kill to see that would come. And like, obviously, I was the newest because, like, at this point, I think I only read like 15 books at that point.
Mhm.
So I couldn't put Stephen King on there. Obviously, that just didn't work.
Like, "Hey, Tab, you go."
But literally I was just like, um, LJ Andrews, and then I would put like because Jennifer, I put that on there too, and then I was like, and then LJ Andrews. That's all I got. That's I've read 15 books, and he's the only ones I liked. So help a girl out. And I remember when I forgot that Jen had sent interest forms to you guys directly, and
Mm.
I remember the day that Jen sent me the text, and she's like, "Okay, are you ready? Are you sitting down?" I'm like, "What?" She's, "I'm gonna FaceTime you." I'm like, "Okay." She goes, "LJ Andrews is coming." I'm like, fuck. Like I was but again, we're happy to take your convention virginity,
Yeah,
obviously.
you
But
did.
I will tell you this, I had never been to New Orleans until we went last year to like explore the city, sign contracts,
Mhm.
do all that kind of stuff. It is such a culture immersion. That's
Mhm.
what I was not ready for. Like I thought I was gonna be like, because I travel all the time, but I don't
Mhm.
really explore. So just walking around, I was
So
just like, ooh, ooh,
yeah.
ooh, like so much cool stuff.
Yeah, it's amazing, and it is, and, like, I talked to some locals last time we were there, and they were they kinda told us about what it was like after Katrina and stuff like
Yeah.
that, and they're just like, "We look after each other down here." I was like, "Okay, thank you."
Yeah.
They're like, "We'll look after you too." I was like, "Okay."
Oh, I
They're
love
just the
that.
sweetest, so
Yeah. It's a vibe. It's all
it
a
is a
vibe.
vibe.
Everybody
The
it's
buildings are
like
amazing, it's
yeah,
the food, the sound of the voices and stuff like that when
yeah.
you hear, like, a
Bebe,
cage.
bebe. That's all I
Yeah,
hear.
Bebe.
Hey, bebe.
amazing. The jazz that's always going on, it's awesome.
Oh, it's awesome.
No, I literally, I said this on the last episode because this is like, I have to go back. So there's two things that have stuck with my brain, and they're the two most random things from when I went to New Orleans. One, I cried when I saw the American Horror Story Coven House. Like I literally got out of the Uber and started tearing up because I was so
Oh.
excited. And the other thing was there's a restaurant that is a 3-minute walk from the hotel where Shadows is gonna be, and they have a crème brûlée cinnamon roll with beignet
Ooh,
powdering, and it is
ooh, so
I'm
good.
dreaming about. I'm just like, that will be one of the first things I do when I get there. I'm like,
Yes,
"I'll be right back. I'm getting a snack."
yes. Oh, I'm so excited. Did you do a swamp tour while you were there?
No, we didn't have time.
Cool.
Oh, the fan
Yeah,
boat,
I
I
man.
would
recommend.
love to do that
Take
though.
me away.
I recommend. They're cool.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, LJ, we love you to death. And on behalf of myself, thank you again for doing this. You
You're
are,
welcome. Thank
I'm your
you.
biggest fan and I'll be awkward, but
Mm,
it's fine. And I love you. And I'm so happy to see you soon.
Well, I can't wait to come, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
yay. So excited.
All right, you guys. Well, thank you so much for tuning into the Dark Collective podcast. Make sure you guys check out LJ's fun little groups and her socials, and obviously swing by her table at Shadows. And we will see you guys soon. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.